Thanks for coming. I'd like to start off just once again thank our great crowd on night game and primetime college football Buckeye style, and I thought that was fantastic. The crowd, the energy. Our players certainly fed off it and came out of the chutes real fast, and very pleased with arguably our best team win, offense, defense. My biggest concern, our biggest concern, was pass rush against a very good throwing team. I think they're number one in the Big Ten in pass offense, and when you start with pass defense, you start with pass rush, and that's where I saw the difference. I thought our D-line was challenged, and we expect that out of the D-line at Ohio State, so they did a nice job. I'll answer any questions for you.
On the left, Austin.
Urban, you talked earlier in the week about how you just needed to be the best team on Saturday night. Is there any part of you at all that was thinking that you needed something like this to impress nationally?
I think it helps. You know, that was not certainly our mindset. Our mindset is to find a way to win this game against a very talented team, a team we had a lot of respect for, a team that had some momentum going into this game. And I think, you know, I think the players hear it all nonstop. That's why I try to address it and say that's not what we're worried about. We're just find a way to win this game, and things usually work out. So I think our guys, you know, I'd be disappointed if they said that was, you know, that's our focus. That's not our focus.
Far right over here, Clay.
Yeah, Coach, but it's bound to wake up some pollsters. This is the most points Penn State has allowed since 1889. What kind of statement do you think it makes? This is a team that beat Michigan 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think I like where we're at right now. I like where we're at as a team. We all needed to see some pass rush, some pass defense, some guys step up, and they certainly did. I mean, that was the most impressive part of the game to me, was when we caused turnovers and you hit the quarterback a little bit. We haven't been doing that, and that was a sign that they took coaching and some young talented players that haven't played a lot of football are starting to come in under a little bit. Especially Noah Spence sticks out as a guy that was all over the place.
Far left, Bill.
Urban, the Pitt Brown interception, how huge was that?
Yeah, that was a game changer. You know, when Christian Bryant goes down, that's a lot of production, a lot of leadership, and Pitt is a guy that has been around here a long time and really deserving of getting having some success because he works awful hard at his job.
Far right, Jared.
Urban, second straight week, we were talking about Braxton after the game, having a game where it looked like he was completely in control of what you were asking him to do. Just if you could just comment on his game overall, the comfort level. And then secondly, he mentioned that maybe you had suggested you wanted to see him rush one into the end zone. And the fact he was able to do that twice tonight.
Yeah, I just love where Braxton's at right now. I love the fact he's acting like a quarterback, you know, and I'm not disrespecting Braxton. You guys know I love that guy. But I felt like he was an athlete playing quarterback a year ago. I feel he's a quarterback that's a really good athlete now. And that's you know, Tom Herman and him have got a special, they spend a lot of time together. You know, because Braxton comes in on his own and say, hey, Coach, can we spend some more time together? And that's a sign of a quarterback.
Far left, Patrick.
Coach, you've shown earlier in the year that you have an awareness of when maybe the appropriate time to call the dogs off is, so to speak. And that seemed to happen later tonight. Was that more of Penn State's inability to stop the offensive momentum you guys had, or was part of it kind of going into that, making a statement, grabbing some national attention?
Was what? I don't know the question. To pull the guys off? Yeah, the number one thing you worry about is, you know, we're being sportsmen, but also, you know, we don't want to get guys hurt. I'm not sure the question.
I guess what I'm asking is, the starters were out there longer when the win would seem to be at hand for longer than.
I think we're in the third quarter we started pulling guys out, if I remember right. Carlos Hyde and Philly Brown and then Braxton, and I'm not sure the exact time, but that's the reason we do that, as pull guys. We don't want to get guys hurt, and that's.
Was Penn State then just that incapable of stopping even after?
Oh, I'm not gonna. We got to move on.
Far right, Tim.
Urban, just talk about Carlos Hyde the last 3 games. He's had 147 yards or more, 3 straight games, and I think he scored 7 touchdowns, but also the offensive line. Just talk about what you see right there that's going right.
Yeah, and then to the young man's question, Carlos didn't play, but I think 2.5 quarters, if I remember right, and that's a lot of yards against a team we have a lot of respect for. You know, Penn State defensive line, and yeah, he had looks like he had 147 yards. Once again, that was 2.5 quarters. So but the
What do you see in him? You know,
I'm seeing an offensive line that's, I think, one of the best in the country. You know, I'm willing to say that. You know, I've not seen a lot of teams play, but I've been around football for a long time, and I'd take my offensive line anywhere. Those guys are playing very well.
Last question over here, far left, Doug.
Urban, after the way Braxton played in the first half, to finish it off with that throw to Philly like that, what does it take for a quarterback to, make a throw like that in that situation?
Well, it's confidence with I think it was the Philly, if I remember right before the half. It's a confidence level, first of all, protection, but to step up and let that thing go, he has a lot of confidence, and he does. That's Philly Brown and him, and really Devin Smith and Evan Spencer and Chris Fields. You can tell those guys, because you can't do that in the summer. You're not allowed to be around them, so those guys had to work on it, or they wouldn't be like this right now.
And
Because
with
a year ago, that wasn't like that at all.
With where Braxton is, did you know he would get to this point at some time, or did you ever question it?
I didn't know, but I mean, I had, just been around a lot of good quarterbacks in the last 12 years, and I saw signs of a guy that's getting to be a very good understanding about our offense and where people are, and a guy that's work ethic is off the charts right now. Thanks, guys.